Welcome to Don't Tell Mum.
My name's Barney.
And I'm Jamie Lisa Jackman.
And such a dick. Why does it get me every time? And this is the #1 parenting podcast in the world.
Don't Google that.
That's right. Welcome to our episode. I'm going to do the faux pas of podcasting and I'm going to eat while we're doing it because you've got these rice crackers and I'm wanting one.
I haven't eaten this today. I haven't eaten yet. I had a very, very crazy few days.
You did?
I did 5 DJ gigs in 3 days, so I'm a little bit tired, exhausted. Baby is at nursery currently, and we are having tea and cookies. Normally we have wine at our podcast.
Tell me about your TikTok turn-offs of the week, my love, because I feel like it's been a long time, because we actually recorded our episode a little bit before our last, Wednesday that we uploaded the podcast, and so I feel like it's been a while since we've recorded one. So have you had any turn-offs since then? I imagine a few.
It's not really a TikTok turn-off today.
Awesome.
It's more about what is happening with TikTok. And I'm kind of getting annoyed that Instagram, every time TikTok does something, Instagram needs to do it. And now they're doing this thing with questions where you answer a question and then you can actually send a video for the question and upload it. A little bit how TikTok does with the response,
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dudes, have your own thing. I've always been annoyed anyway, everybody copying things. And I know TikTok is part of trends. But Instagram, dudes. And I didn't know this until Barney told me. But the whole thing that is going on with TikTok in America has been caused because of Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. So I kind of watched a clip about the whole scenario of what's going on with TikTok at Congress at the moment, and they're defending themselves and on why TikTok shouldn't be banned in the US.
Yeah.
And essentially a lot of the firepower that's behind getting TikTok to have to go in front of Congress and potentially getting it banned is just the other social media people. So essentially Facebook, TikTok. TikTok was Musical.ly. Mark Zuckerberg tried to buy it. And then they turned him down.
Really?
And then ever since then, because TikTok's doing so well, no other social media platform can match its algorithm. So everyone's kind of getting their dopamine hits by using TikTok. They've either tried to copy them, buy them, and when they've been unsuccessful with both, now they're just trying to get rid of them.
Mad.
Mental, isn't it? Business is business at the same time, isn't it?
And they're saying it's because they don't have access to how they get their algorithm. Yet I think Facebook and Instagram is probably worse than TikTok. But hey-ho,
no,
I don't know enough.
You're mistaking algorithm with data collection. So
data collection, that's it.
Yeah, algorithm is how the app sees the way you use it, and then it directs videos your way that it thinks that you will interact with and enjoy. Whereas, data collection, apparently the TikTok data collection privacy stuff that you sign or agree to when you add the app is apparently really bad. But essentially it's exactly the same as every other platform. It's just people just want to have a problem with it because it's a Chinese app. That's the problem.
So annoying.
It is.
And you know what, actually,
is that your turn off then?
That is my turn off because I really enjoy what I post on TikTok, and I wouldn't necessarily post what I post on TikTok, I wouldn't necessarily post on Instagram, would you?
Yeah. We use it as different kind of stuff. I mean, everything to do with TikTok is to do with parenting for us, just being a millennial parent and coping with things and how we parent and what we have fun with and things like that. Whereas other platforms like Instagram and stuff, that's tied back to kind of my performing days, like my modelling and dancing days. So it still kind of leans into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But now I just don't really care. I just post whatever I post. If I find it interesting, I'll post it. And so my TikTok turn off for this week is I listened to a podcast recently that's quite big on TikTok called the BFFs podcast. And a lot of their content is about TikTokers who have beef with each other. And I'm just like, life is too short to have beef with another content creator and then try and leverage that beef to grow your brand. So a lot of it, especially I think that a lot of creators out in LA utilize this.
Do they?
Yeah, they create beef with. Sometimes it's fabricated beef. It's fake. It's not even real. They don't actually hate each other. They are just using each other's platforms to boost themselves. So they're saying, right, why don't me and you have beef or get in a relationship? It's one or the other, isn't it? Why don't we? Essentially what famous people do, they date to try and boost each other's profiles. In the TikTok world, they have beef with another TikToker in order to kind of boost their viewership. I hate that crap because I think that breeds negativity on these platforms.
And it's not authentic, and we're all about authenticity.
Yeah, and the last thing that you want on a platform is Or you know what? The last way that you want to build a brand is through negativity. Because if you do that, people are constantly going to be going to your page to try and find negativity. Yeah, but then you're stuck in a negativity spiral of, okay, well, I have to do something else that's negative, and then maybe I have to do something that's even more drastic in order to keep these followers here and keep them interested, because they're there for the drama.
Negativity sells, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
but the
then if you become a drama
clickbait.
page...
It's a clickbait
Yeah,
thing.
but then people... Then imagine, like, we did that, and we created beef with, like, some other millennial parents, and then people would just be coming to your page for drama, and if you weren't bringing any drama to the table, they didn't care and they unfollowed you.
You know what I actually really do like on TikTok is the murder pod things that they talk about, and like cases that's happened in the past. I kind of get hooked on those when they come up on my feed.
That's because you're a sociopath, and that is because women love
a
murder
psychopath.
documentaries. What is it? Yeah, it's kind of a similar thing, isn't it? A sociopath is someone who
It's completely different to psychopath.
Isn't a sociopath someone who does something completely adverse to what society and like culture within society?
No, I dated a sociopath. Honestly, they are vicious. They will do something and then they'll say that you do it to make themselves feel better.
So that's gaslighting.
It's a little bit like gaslighting. Sociopaths are gaslighters, 100%.
Wow, okay. Well, okay, psychopath then, yeah.
So you've called me a sociopath.
Oh my gosh.
And a psychopath.
Well, you are a psychopath because every time I come into the room, and you're watching TV by yourself, it's like, and then he buried 6 of them underneath the grass in the back garden.
I don't.
And I'm like, what the hell? What are you watching? And you're like, oh, you should have seen it earlier. He cut her head off. It was crazy. And I'm like, why are you watching this by yourself?
We found this reel and it was like, what? It's a comedian talking about it. And he goes, so he was like, the millennials, the ones that loved the chick flicks, those girls are now really into murder documentaries. He was like, what the hell is that about? And funnily enough, all my girlfriends, we love it.
It's
we
mad.
love a murder documentary. I
It's
don't know where it's come
terrifying.
from. Where has it come from? It was all about chick flicks. Is it because...
You know, I used to think I had a good grasp on what women wanted, too, because I grew up in the mid-2000s. Everything they showed us in our media back then was like rom-coms, chick flicks, things like that. That's what I modeled myself after. I was like, all right, I can be a nice, romantic, funny guy. But then somewhere along the way, women stopped watching romantic comedies, and now you won't stop listening to murder podcasts. It's weird. Like, somewhere along the line, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days turned into How to Find a Body in 48 Hours. And the strangest part is y'all fall asleep to murder podcasts. It's creepy. You fall asleep to your worst fear. That'd be like me falling asleep to police body cam footage. It's like, we've got a black male in custody. I'm like, white noise.
And yet,
Where is it coming from?
And yet I try and put on something that maybe resembles a horror movie or a thriller, and Jamie's like, I can't, it's too
If
scary.
it's anything to do with kids, oh my God, turn it off. So we've started, that brings us on to our next one, which is...
Topic skipper. Go on.
The best movies to watch right now. And when you were away, I started watching Night Agent.
Yeah.
And there was a scene in Night Agent with a kid, and it's the first episode at the end, and it made me feel physically sick. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I can watch this now because of the kid. Should we just all, if you're listening to this and you make movies or sitcoms, should we just all stop putting children into series and hurting them? I just can't. No, I can't.
It's just inherently compelling television, though, if if something dramatic happens to a child, it really raises the stakes. Because then you're like, oh my God.
But I don't think I felt like that before I had Rocket.
You didn't. Of course
Now
you
I
didn't.
have like this underlying issue with if I see any harm with a baby, it makes, or anything that happens, like something that's so fake, like a storyline like that, I actually felt physically sick.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble because I watched a couple of episodes of The Night Agent with Jamie one
I
evening.
liked it, but you fell
It's
asleep.
Dog shit. It's actual dog shit. It makes NCIS look like Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt are acting in it. It's honestly bad acting. And I feel really bad because, they are working actors. They have jobs. The director is obviously, brought in to do this job and everything like that. But I will just say, for me personally, it didn't sit with me. It's very dramatic. It's played out a little bit like an old episode of like Law and Order or NCIS or something like that. And so it just doesn't resonate with me. And I feel bad saying that because, we're performers. We have been our whole lives. And I never like to shit on other performers. Maybe it was a directorial thing. Maybe it was an editor thing. But I just really did not enjoy it. I enjoyed The Last of Us, though, when I finished that. And it's bloody brilliant.
Oh, you finished it?
I did, sorry.
Oh, wow. That actually is really good. I'm into that now. But Sex Life, nothing's better than that.
You and Sex Life, you need to get a room, and I bet you would love that, actually. Sex Life is, there's just loads of shagging, and it's very 50 Shades of Grey 2023 version, basically.
And ladies, if you are looking for a nice
something
little
to
looker,
spice up, or something to spice up the old relationship.
go follow
if you watch
Adam Demos on friggin' Instagram because he's hot.
Excuse me?
That's his name.
I mean, if you watch these shows, it injects a little bit of spice because you're basically watching soft porn with your partner in the bedroom or at home in general, wherever you watch your TV. What's your Karen in the comments, my love? You've been talking to me about this. You wanted this segment back in this show. Here you have it.
Because
the floor is yours.
I've been called a Karen.
You are a little bit of a Karen sometimes.
I think you're a bit of a Karen. You are. You can be a bit of a Karen. He came in today and he was like, somebody put the gardener next door. They're doing their garden up at the moment, and they put their Monster can on the front of the patio of our driveway.
Okay, pause there. If you came home and you parked up the car, and then before you went into your house, on your windowsill was a can of Monster, what would you do?
And it was full as well. So he'd obviously
I didn't
just put
pour
it
it
there.
out. I just put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Where they were working.
You were like, I'm not going to have a Monster
I'm
can.
like, don't put a can of anything on my property when you're working next door, especially on like my windowsill, the front of my house.
Karen in the comments. No, but we do
I don't
have
think that's
a Karen,
a very Karen
in the
thing to do.
So you posted a video on YouTube Shorts of me going peekaboo, peekaboo, and then he coughs.
Yeah, in your face. It's jokes. Yeah.
Somebody wrote underneath being like, he's choking and you're still carrying on.
He's just coughing.
And then somebody replied to that being like, exactly. I know.
He wasn't choking.
And then
he was
a comment under that was bad parents. I know. And I was like, oh, wow.
Mate, he had a cough.
That annoys you, doesn't it? I know it is. So that's a Karen in the comment because I really got upset. So I deleted the comment. I was
my God, you can't delete comments. No, you can't do that. No matter how bad the comments are, don't delete them.
No, I'm not going to have somebody turning around thinking I'm choking my son because I'm going peekaboo to him and he has a cough.
He literally has a tickly cough and he had one for weeks and he just coughed in your face and I found it funny. They thought you were joking.
It was awful.
Oh my God! What is with people? It's actually mental. Yeah, I did see a comment. It was a slightly risky video on TikTok because it was a silly video of basically me kicking Rocket out of the house as a joke, right?
Which I always said, I'm not sure about that one.
No, you know what? It's funny because the whole point of it is that he doesn't eat his food, so Jamie goes, it's okay, throw it out. And then the whole joke of the whole thing is me thinking that she means the baby. So Rocket is then planted outside the house and I throw his bag out to him and I go, see you later, and shut the door. So I've basically thrown him out. And people in the comments were like, so you're just throwing bags at your son then? Or you just threw a bag at a baby?
Or somebody will steal your baby.
Someone's going to steal your baby while you do that. I'm like, oh my God, like, talk about your imagination running wild and going into the most negative headspace it possibly can. I literally put him outside for less than 10 seconds. And people are going to be like, yeah, but that's long enough for someone to come and grab him and run away, isn't it? No, it's not. So... yeah. I just found it a bit silly. That's my Karen in the comment.
And then guess what? He didn't delete the comments. He deleted the video.
Yeah, because I'm going to do it again and I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do the video again because I like the concept of the video, but I'm just going to do it better. Because the guy who originally
so don't tell
did
me
it...
off for deleting the comments when you're
because
deleting
I was like, you know what?
Video.
I'll delete... Yeah, but you can't cherry pick what people can say underneath your video.
I
If you hate
can.
it enough, just delete the video.
No, I don't agree.
You don't agree. Well, we don't have to agree. Can agree to disagree.
We'll push it over to our cleaning up the desktop, which you guys can catch now. It's 15 minutes of us cleaning up issues in the relationship. So if you do have 15 minutes after this, go onto there and have a listen.
You have wet hair right now.
It's got a treatment in because it was very dry.
Ew,
So it's
treatment.
actually, feel it. It's hard.
Oh dear. That's like gel. It's like putting gel in your hair.
Yeah.
Well, that was beautiful. I think that another thing that we can actually discuss today is that we posted a YouTube video on Sunday about Rocket
Yes.
being ever so close to walking. If you want to check that out, go over to YouTube and go to The Bankses. That's The Banks with 2 S's. And if you have anything that you'd like to tell us about your previous escapades with your children learning how to walk, just email itsthebankses@gmail.com.
Well done.
Thanks, babe. So, Rocket's almost walking. What's the best things about it? What are you nervous about? I'm nervous that he's just going to start trying to walk up and down the stairs immediately.
Oh, no, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I still think he'll crawl. But we have done this thing where I'm holding his hand and he'll go down each step with me, which is really cute, and he loves it. But I'm so excited to see him. Oh, my God, I haven't seen him for 3 days, and it's like a drug. He is the nicest drug I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, we pick him up we have to pick him up before 6:30 when it comes to his nursery days. And I said to Jamie, let's go pick him up at 5:30 today. She was like, no, let's pick him up at 6.
It's because I've got loads of work to do. But where my mind goes is I want to be attentive to him as 100%.
So you don't want to pick him up and then you have things to do. Fair play.
So I'm very much like, I'd rather get the stuff done and then I can be focused on him when he's here. Otherwise I'll be like, oh, I don't. And then I'm not focused on him.
Yeah.
That's where my head's at with that.
I had people commenting on the video about Rocket walking, saying that their kids walked when they were 9 months and other kids walked, just after a year old. So we're around that sweet spot right now of where Rocket is really learning to walk. And I feel like he's so close. If you give him a walker, it's easy breezy.
Yeah.
He's just like,
but
he
he's been doing that
bombs around.
for years, hasn't he? Really?
Years?
He's been doing that, well, not years, he's one. But he's been doing that for a good 6 months on the walker, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think? No?
Yeah,
Yes?
I'd say since he was like 7, 8 months, yeah, he's been okay with his walker. But yeah, immediately as soon as you let go of his hand, he just collapses his legs and just deliberately falls on the floor. I think he's a bit scared. And can I comment on the fact that the other day you were really cold and you said to me that you were going to die of freezation? That was just a little Jamie, a little sprinkle of Jamie's articulation of her thoughts.
I think we've got that on the video, the YouTube.
Are you excited for him to walk, or are you nervous, or you?
I'm not excited or not excited. It's just part of the process. I feel like obviously he's a really good crawler and he walks all around the furniture and stuff. So I feel like he's already walking. It would be nice to go for a walk with him and then him walking and splashing in puddles and stuff. I'm excited for that point. And I know you get funny about those kind of things, but I am excited for him to have his own feet and
Jamie's the messy one. Jamie's like, when it's dinner time, it's messy play. And she gives him peanut butter and it just goes everywhere. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're destroying the kitchen.
It's so good for sensory. But I know you're like, oh, I've got to clean it up. I enjoy cleaning, so I don't mind him being messy and going out for walks and
I don't mind him going out for walks.
And getting dirty and muddy. And yeah, that's what being a kid's about.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I've never said I wasn't down for that.
That's what I'm excited about with the walking.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm excited for him to actually use his wellies and also
his rain outfits are so cool. We got them prepped and ready.
It's quite annoying when he has to crawl everywhere when we're in public and he drags the dirt around on the floor. Whereas if he's standing, he'll be cleaner, which is actually quite nice. Like for instance, when we go to Disneyland, he'll be able to walk up to the characters. And there's a video of me when I was little doing that, and it's just an embedded memory that I have, and I can't wait for me and you to be holding his hand at Disneyland or something, and him just loving life. I'm just so excited. So
Disneyland. Oh dear.
I am excited for that point when we take him to Disney for the first time.
Yeah, I don't want to take him to Disneyland for the first time until he is fully mature enough to understand where we're at and enjoy it. I don't want to take him when he's a baby because it's more going to be for us.
Well, talking about that,
it's not going to be for him.
So yesterday I did this event and it was for a 12-year-old's birthday party. She's obsessed with Disney and she was called Serena, so they called it Serena World.
Okay.
And so they turned the whole place into a mini Disneyland, that she absolutely loved. And she does a video and says, oh, Disneyland is my favourite place in the world. It makes me so happy. That's why I wanted my birthday to be themed like Disney. And then she said, my obsession started, I think, when I went for the first time when I was 1 year old. And I was like, no.
One? Nah.
There's no way you would have remembered that because I have a 1 year old.
At least
but
two.
she probably gets her memory from actually just like watching videos of it.
Yeah?
Which is, it makes sense. But I feel like when are we going to take the leap and bring him to Disney? Because he has Mickey Mouse, he has Winnie the Pooh in his bedroom. Does he have any other
Winnie the
characters?
Pooh Disney?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, of course.
I never knew it was Disney, actually. What else has he got? No, he's just got he's got a rabbit, but it's not like the rabbit from Winnie the Pooh or, Disney and stuff.
I'm just, my dad's a big Disney fan as well, so I feel like it will even bring us even closer together as a family once we start going to Disneyland. So excited.
What the heck is going on with Britney Spears, Jamie?
Oh, the last thing she posted was a
white tile. What does it say?
nothing.
And how many likes has it got?
84,000.
She has to post a white picture and she gets 84,000 likes on it.
She has this obsession with posting people's lips with objects in, which makes no sense whatsoever. But
Maybe it's an artist.
I tell you what she did actually post. She posted her rehearsing at the VMAs years and years ago. And she goes, I always thought my rehearsals were better than the actual thing.
Ah, okay.
Watch this video quickly, guys. I'll put it up on the screen now so you can actually see what we're watching.
This is her rehearsal?
Yeah. There's a crowd though, which is weird.
No, I think they've just inserted crowd noises.
Oh.
Possibly.
So rehearsals at the VMAs always better because I don't try. P.S. Only boys on the stage with me always.
That's right, baby. Love you, Brit. I'd have been so down to work for her if I was, old enough back then. That would have been so cool.
But I mean, like, you see that and you go, fuck, she was good.
She was good. Like,
She was
for her
good.
time as well, she was like the pinnacle of performing live on stage. She was absolutely amazing.
And can I just say, like, I spoke to our family friend, Stefanos. He's really, really... How old is Steph now? He's...
11.
11. And I was like talking about Britney and he was like, who's Britney? So I showed him the Slave for You music video.
Banger.
And he went, she looks like a psycho.
See, he could tell from back in the day.
No, she's the best thing in the world.
Oh, man. Never say to Jamie that anything's negative about
No,
Britney Spears.
I
She'll
was just
flip her lid.
I just said to him, I was like, do you understand how amazing she was? She did Baby Hit Me. He was like, what is that? So I played
Baby Hit Me?
I said, I played the song and she went, oh, I know this song. He just didn't put two and two together. But isn't it mad that kids now look at those videos and they don't see what we saw? They see something completely different.
It's mad. Yeah, I absolutely think that she was one of the best back in that day, along with the old Christina. But, I think I was Team Britney, I have to say.